usually don't stream on Saturdays. So this is wild weird. Sup, ladies and gentlemen, Akalon here, and welcome back to each one of you. And of course, if you're watching this over on YouTube, welcome to, I think, the second ever Saturday stream. We generally don't do Saturdays, but I'm happy to have you here. Remember to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also click the link in the description down below if you want to join this live, of course. I don't expect many people to show up because we genuinely never stream on a Saturday. So I think for a lot of people, it's going to be like a very weird situation. It's going to be very weird. I expect a lot of people are going to go, what the fuck? He's streaming? What's going on? We obviously... Natalie, how you doing? Good morning to you. We obviously had some crazy shit happen yesterday, so we're probably going to talk about that for a bit, and then play some games. Shay, how you doing? Wait, why are you streaming Saturday? Not that I mind. Thought I'd give it a go. Silly Marshall Lenore, how you doing, bro? Wishing well. I'm good. How are you? I have no complaints. Thank you very much for asking. Katrina Stars, good morning to you. Isarican, how you doing? SBR Crazy, how you doing? Zigzigs, how you doing, brother? How's everyone doing? I hope everyone is well. Happy Saturday. Do you want to review matchup? How you doing, brother? Happy, is it morning where you live? No. It is 3 p.m. in the afternoon where I live. But it is technically my morning. Chef, how you doing? Kalike, how you doing? Because I only woke up like an hour ago. I woke up, actually, an hour and a half ago. Because I woke up, I had a shower, went out, went to go buy groceries, and came back home and sat down and thought, fuck it, let's stream a little. It's almost 11 p.m. here in Australia, East Coast. Shit. Fuck, your Saturday's almost done. Are you a weeaboo now, Echo? It turns out, probably. Even though I don't actually... even though I don't actually watch any anime... I don't... Final Fantasy is the only thing I play that could be considered probably even close to anime. But according to the viewers, I am. According to the viewers, I am. My coffee just fucking messed everywhere. What the hell? Bro, is this necessary? Is this fucking necessary? Come on, man. Don't drip. I fucking hate this cup. I need to buy a new cup. Not the cafefe. Always have been. I don't think I've always been. And I don't think I am now. I think viewers think I am. But I don't think I'm a weeb. If I am a weeb, I'm a horrible weeb, right? And I bring shame on the weeb name if I am a weeb. Wishing well, I would say yes, of course, sleep is amazing, but I don't get much sleep in general. So I sleep about 3-4 hours a night, maybe. Right? So I genuinely, like, I function on anywhere from 3.5 to 4 hours of sleep. And it's been like that for, oh, fuck, years. It's been like that for years. So yeah, I like sleep. I just don't get much of it. Do you like Limp Bizkit, by the way? New song out a couple of weeks. No, like, Chef, okay, for me, music is sort of like the only time I listen to music is when I'm streaming, right? That's it. I listen to music when I'm streaming, otherwise I don't listen to music. So am I a fan of Limp Bizkit? Probably not. Do they have a couple of cool songs, or had a couple of cool songs? Sure. There was a time where I would listen to Limp Bizkit. I don't even know. I don't even know, right? The last time I followed a band, like 100% followed a band, was oh fuck, Linkin Park. Yeah, Linkin Park was the last band that I actually followed. Like, so I knew when their new albums were dropping. I would usually have the new album as soon as it came out. This was back when CDs was still a thing. I still have their CD somewhere. Fuck knows where. The followed was Aqua. Oh, that's years ago. Jesus. If we're going to go that far back, then the first band I ever followed was Queen. Not that there was much to follow. I was very young when he died. So I guess I just had all of their albums. And whenever like a greatest hits would launch, I would get my mum to buy me it. So I would say Queen was probably my first band ever that I like followed, I suppose. Nightwish is very cool. Yes, Nightwish is very cool. I don't really follow them, but was surprised they dropped a new song after like 10 years of silence. Maybe it's time for them to come back. It looks like Avril Lavigne fan. Not gonna lie, Avril Lavigne is hot as fuck. Not even gonna fight that one. Not even gonna fight that one. Avril Lavigne is fucking hot. And yeah, she's got a couple of cool songs. Not her earlier stuff. Her earlier stuff is like childish. But like her newer, like sort of the love songs, she's got a couple of cool love songs. The song's called Dad Vibes. The front man embracing getting old. Nice. She's a chonker now. Is she? I haven't seen her like since she was popular. I know she went through like there's a song that she wrote. This is actually the song that I'm referring to. There's a song that she wrote that sort of spoke about her illness. Awkward, how you doing? I'm trying to remember what the song is called. Something underwater or something. I don't know what the song is called. But it's something like underwater. Yeah, my head underwater or some shit like that. I can't fucking remember even the song really. But that was like that was a good song. She married the guy from Nickelback? Yes. She married what most people arguably consider to be the ugliest man in fucking the ugliest man in rock, I suppose. Even though I look at the guy and I go, I don't see him as ugly though. He's not necessarily the best looking guy, but is he ugly? Turns out he's a real monster. Who? Marilyn Manson. What makes him a real monster? Fuck, they got divorced already? Of course they did. Of fucking course they did. In Hollywood, marriage is like dating, dude. I swear to God, these fucking actors, they just get married for the fucking fun of it. Greetings, Diang, how you doing? He groomed one of his wives when she was a minor? Wait, Marilyn Manson. Jesus. Why do people make these fucking why do people make these celebrities so why do people idolize these fuckers? And Avril is really not a chunker. Now she's just gained a little weight. Let's see. I'll be the judge of that. Because Avril was stupidly hot, dude. Like, she was proper fucking hot. But to be fair, I think she could do with a little bit of weight gain. She was skinny as fuck. I don't see any recent pictures of her, so I don't know. I don't see any recent pictures. Yeah, fuck it, who knows? Is it weird I'm attracted to stone-born male, like General Draven? If I can marry a male in this expansion, it's General Draven. Zigzix, considering the fact that you are also attracted to the Arbiter, I'm gonna go with not quite as weird as most of your attractions, but still, yes, very fucking weird. Still very weird, yes. How can you be attracted to inanimate objects? Like, how can you be attracted to stone people? That's just weird. That is just weird. Everyone thought it's just shock culture. Turns out he's actually a dick. I think they're all dicks. You couldn't pay me to give a fuck about celebrities, dude. You could not. There's not enough money in the world to make me care about them. Xiang, you can fuck off too. I don't trust any of you motherfuckers. thinking that the Arbiter is hot. The Arbiter. That bitch is so weird, bro. Okay, but every now and again, something like this crops up and you suddenly remember them. I sent you a pic on Discord of Avril. Alright, let's see this. Let's see what Avril looks like now. Wait, how do you consider this to be a chonker? How is this? She's not chonky. She's still quite cute. Yeah, but they got some calves though. I actually had a fun stream while I grind my war to 80. Debbie Bahamut, how you doing, brother? Only her purpose is hot. When it comes to the physical desire, the Archon is the light of lights. Oh, for fuck's sake. Not in this picture. I'd say she's still hot. But she's like super short, isn't she? Like from what I remember, she's like stupidly short. Yeah, I don't know if that would work. Like I feel like there has to be a cut off. I saw a goal the other day that was 14. Right? She was 14. And I thought to myself, that can't work. Like that can't fucking work. I'm 6'1". Dating a girl like that, you just towering above her now. Like, you have to pick her up to kiss her. It's sort of weird. Avril is 5'2". 5'2", I think, is respectable. 5'2" is not too short. It's short enough that it's cute, but not too short. Is Mother a MILF? Oh, you motherfuckers. All of you are weird. Why do I always get stuck with all the weird people in chat? Why can't I have a cool chat like some of the other streamers? Why must I always have the fucking weirdos that like the Titans and like the fucking Eternal ones? I would just once like to have a normal fucking chat with the people like normal fucking people. But no, Akalon can't have that. He has to be stuck with all the degenerate fucks that like the Archon and the Arbiter and shit. You raised the question, yo. I don't talk about this usually. Mongrel, how you doing, bro? If you're in this chat, there's a chance you're not fucking normal. Whoa. Stream Elements has started to time people out quite heavily. Can we remove that timeout from Aureus, please? Pikarku, how you doing? Can we remove that, please? You're a reflection of yourself. It's the will of the purpose that led us here. I'm weird and I accept it. I like the fact that most people are weird. But I would also like it. Ramonia, thank you for the deal and sub. Really appreciate that. 5 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A completely normal resub? Definitely not. Definitely not. I would appreciate if I could have a stream where, you know, people love Kate Beckinsale and where every single person in stream could agree that Minfilia is the ultimate bae and waifu of everyone. That's what I would kind of like to see, you know? Do you think Sargeras makes his appearance later despite he's in prison? Tight Ages, I don't know. I genuinely have no idea. Half dead woman, excuse me. Sylvanas is completely dead. She is undead, in fact. She is so dead, she came back to life. And yeah, I fucking love Sylvanas. How can you not? Have you seen those hips? Them be some fucking fine hips. The rapper, there is only one waifu for me, and that is Minfilia. If a construct wields a Mournblade is a cool question. It would be, if you saw the Jaina that appeared on Asmon's stream, you'll see a hot to spar woman. The Jaina? What? What Jaina? Oh, on Final Fantasy. I don't know. No. It's Minfilia. I don't care who I meet in later expansions in Final Fantasy. It will always be Minfilia. So we know that the jailer went to Zereth Mortis, right? That's the world. That's at least the name of the world that he went to. As to where that world is, maybe that world, because here's the problem, right? It's not obvious that just because, say, for example, we call Azeroth Azeroth, that the first ones would have called Azeroth Azeroth. Right? It's entirely possible that the first ones named Azeroth Zereth Mortis. The Titans afterwards came and named her Azeroth because that's her name, right, as the Titan. But it's entirely possible that the first ones had different names for all of their worlds. That was references to Zereth Mortis. I mean, so there are pop culture references for almost every single massive pop culture game or universe in World of Warcraft. I don't think that's necessarily like something to write home about, right? Just because. So I once had the opportunity to speak to someone that works in the lore department for World of Warcraft. That basically made it clear to me there's 9 different ways of telling a story, right? That's it. There's 9 different story types that you can tell. These are the archetypes of stories, and you can't really change those. Anything else, and according to this guy, if you try to write outside of those 9 archetypes, the story fails. It just will not work. So you're basically limited to one of the 9 archetypes. And so it's entirely possible that Blizzard mimics a lot of other stories, and other stories mimic Blizzard because they all follow the same archetype, right? So yeah, I wouldn't put it past Blizzard to go all Star Wars in Zereth Mortis, considering the fact that they've gone all Thanos for the rest of this expansion. It would be a nice change of pace to go Star Wars for the last part, right? Are the makers of all refers to in SOD the same as the makers we know, aka the Titans? Shafe, that's a very difficult question. That's a very difficult question, and the reason for it is, I would be well pissed off if it turns out that the first ones are the Titans. There's enough evidence to suggest that it could be, considering that wherever you find Titan stuff, you also happen to find first one stuff, right? But to me, that would be such a fucking cop-out, considering the fact that you have this opportunity to introduce a massively cool being into the universe, and you just go, oh, by the way, first one is just another name for Titan. But we'll have to wait and see. Kaiser, how you doing? Anduin and his holy spells to resurrect someone? It's possible. It is possible, but then again, considering that he is the original god of death, he would have the ability to resurrect people with no problem. He wouldn't need Anduin to resurrect. He could do it himself. Everything's the hero's journey. Problem is the player isn't the hero in Blizzard storytelling. It's their lore characters. Sadly, you're right, Ian. I mean, okay, so here's why I find it very weird that people say, like, people use things in Azeroth to say, oh, but look, these things are called makers, right? Or the makers, or something to that effect. The reason I find it very weird is, of course, if you were a being that lived on Azeroth, if you were a dwarf, for example, you're going to refer to the Titans as makers. They are your makers. This is not wrong. Right? It's not wrong at all to refer to them as your makers, because they literally created you. That does not mean that your makers are also coincidentally the makers of the entire universe. It just means that your makers are your makers, right? They made you. Let's imagine God, for example, right? If you believe in God, this is your God, right? Your God is your maker. But let's imagine that there are multiple gods in our multiverse, right? So let's imagine that our God is only the God of our universe, and in the multiverse there are multiple gods. We would refer to our God as God because he is our God, but that doesn't mean that he is the God of the entire multiverse. It could entirely be possible that he is again the son or the daughter of an even bigger God, if you will, right? Consuls also refer to them as makers, and their origin are not clear. True, but again, the Constellars also serve the Titans, right? At least based on what we see in Ulduar, the Constellars serve the Titans, so it's entirely possible that the Titans created the Constellar. Arguing that their mom is the real mom? Yes, exactly. Isn't the first one's the god of gods? I understood it like they created the 5 elements. No, Brune, the way I read the lore at the moment is that the elements were actually created by the Clockmaker, right? So whoever created the original universe, he created the elements and he created anima. The first ones then came and they sort of ordered the anima. So they took anima and they put it together and formed planets and formed souls and formed all that. But the building blocks, so the natural building blocks of the universe, that came from the Clockmaker. Now, all of this isn't to say that Blizzard is going to continue to follow through on the story. Here's the issue. The issue that we have with this current story in its current iteration. There is a world in which Blizzard realizes, hey, our story is not resonating with the player base, right? Which is currently very obvious. The story isn't resonating. For some reason, God knows why, but the player base seems to reject, on the whole, the story that the developers are trying to tell. So there is a world in which they say,
was thinking about a thing. Does the element of decay or spirit have elemental lords? Why did we not see the equivalent of Ran Yaros in the element of decay or spirit?
I love how she's trying to say Ragnaros. Arias, thank you for 2 months up. Did really appreciate that. 6 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I could have made a game in that time. Arias, I really appreciate the sub. Zixix, I'll answer your question in a minute. So there is a world in which Blizzard says, okay, you know what? Our story isn't resonating. Scrap it. Let's just scrap it. Let's just make the first ones the Titans. Let's bring the story back to smaller scale, right? Where the player can follow the story and it's not really a problem for the player to understand the story because the player understands the Titans. The player doesn't mind the Titans, and so the Titans will be our first ones. Basically, retconning their own story before we even know that it is a retcon. There is a world in which that happens. The sad part of that is the reason the story isn't currently resonating with the player base is completely and utterly a failure on the side of Blizzard Entertainment. Not because the players can't understand the story of the first ones, right? It's not as if having first ones is suddenly such a big concept that the average player just goes, my brain can't handle this, right? Unless you're really stupid. Now, I have seen some WoW players who would fall in that category. I do digress. I believe that is true. There are some World of Warcraft players that are simply too stupid to follow that story. But I would like to think that a majority of the player base would be smart enough to be able to follow such a story. The thing is, you have to present that story in a way that makes sense to the average player. And this is where Blizzard fails, right? This is sadly where Blizzard have failed. Shadowlands have been a failure on multiple fronts, least of which is the story, right? I think the story right now is in the biggest mess that it's ever been in. I think it's in an even bigger mess than Warlords of Draenor, because at least in Warlords of Draenor, the fix was easy. Warlords of Draenor was always supposed to lead into the Legion, right? They could skip a hell of a lot of the Warlord story and still get to the Legion. Shadowlands is meant to set up the future of World of Warcraft. In many ways, it's meant to set up the next decade of World of Warcraft. So they can't really skip a whole bunch of stuff if they want to set up the next decade of World of Warcraft. I don't know how they're going to be able to do that. Now, there's some good news on that front, right? Them reaching out yesterday, dropping a hell of a lot of good news on the player base. That's all well and fine, right? No problems there. Hopefully that means that they're willing to double down and fix this expansion. Can I see it happen? Probably not. There is a world in which this doesn't happen, right? Sad, but fucking true. So yeah, we'd have to wait and see. Zigzix was thinking about a thing. Does the element of decay or spirit have elemental lords? Why do we not see the equivalent of Ragnaros in the element of decay or spirit? Alright, so to your question, Zigzix, about... So we'll tackle spirit first, because that's the one that's easiest to tackle. Gray, how you doing, brother? That's the easiest one to tackle. Spirit was actually consumed by Azeroth. This is why you would not see the elemental lord of spirit on Azeroth. It's well known, it's well said, it's in the Chronicles itself. One of the reasons the elemental lords sort of lost their fucking minds on Azeroth is because of a lack of spirit, right? For some reason, we still don't know why, but Azeroth as a titan just consumed all of the spirit on Azeroth. Just fucking took it for herself, right? Not really sure why. So it's entirely possible that in that process, she also consumed all of the spirit elementals, right? Just took it. Just consumed them as well. Now, this could be the result of a bunch of experiments. It could be the result of Old God interference and Old God corruption. That is entirely possible, right? That these things could happen. As for the elements of decay, or the elementals of decay, I genuinely don't have an answer to that. One would guess that you would see the elements of decay, or the elementals of decay, at some point on Azeroth. But then you could also make the argument it is decay, which is less so much a force than it is just a natural occurrence, right? Decay could just be a balancing act. In other words, unlike its brothers and sister forces, it itself isn't a force, it's just a state of being. So whenever anything have been around for long enough, decay will automatically set in, if that makes sense. But where are the elementals? Do we have a plane of beer? No, you definitely don't have a plane of beer. That would be a cool plane to be, though. Akama, to your question there, or to your point, I don't think that's true. I think we're going to hear a lot more about the Sleeping Titan Azeroth in the very near future. I think we're going to learn a lot more about her. I'd be well surprised if Blizzard skips over her in any way, shape, or form. One of the reasons being Blizzard needs to bring the story back to something known, and something known is the Sleeping Titan Azeroth, right? Everyone knows who the fuck she is. Minius1, are you trying to make the point there that could be Decay? That the Karaji was the ones who introduced Decay? You still think Ian will quit? No. No, I don't think Ian will quit. I think if anything happens to Ian, he will most likely be fired or asked to step down. But I don't think Ian would ever quit. Now, that being said, Ian seems to be well loved by the suits at Activision. For those of you who don't know, Ian was actually the one who introduced Activision to their law firm, the law firm that is now working for Activision on this whole lawsuit issue. So Ian seems to have a very good relationship with the people at Activision. I don't think they would let him go. So only time will tell if Ian can actually do this job, right? Because it's clear that they can listen to the player base. They've done it for 3 expansions in a row. Like, they can listen to the player base. The problem is just they take so fucking long to do it. Right? It seems like that's the biggest struggle we have every single goddamn expansion. We're fighting for them to finally listen to the player base, to finally realize that, hey, the players weren't wrong. What do you know? I'm trying to come up with a Steelman argument for why Ian shouldn't go, and I can't find it. Because if anything, he's proven that he can't do this job. I think three failed expansions is proof enough that you can't do the fucking job. Will they let him go? No. It seems like he is very well loved by the higher ups at Activision. And he has overseen a massive, massive drive in World of Warcraft revenue, right? World of Warcraft is making more money than ever before. Yes, it's bleeding players like a motherfucker, but it is making money, which is literally all they care about, right? It's all they give a shit about. All right, so I sort of want to talk about this because I see this argument everywhere. Brune, they don't listen to the player base. They are listening to money. For once, the community said F you with their wallets. Yes. What else do you want? Like, what else do you want? You see, I don't understand this. So, I personally prefer when companies only care about profits. You want to know why? Because it makes it easy to trust them. Because I can trust that all they give a fuck about is money. It also makes it very easy for me to know how to hurt them. I just don't give them money. Since that's all they care about, that's how I get them to do the things that I want them to do, right? If they only care about money, if they only have a profit incentive, I know exactly what to do to get them to fucking stay in line. The issue is when companies start mixing their sort of messages, right? When you have companies that start to care about the social good and you have companies that start to care about this, then it becomes very hard to know what exactly this company cares about. So when this company becomes corrupt, how do I actually hurt you? Because I don't know. Of course, in a free market economy, it makes sense that Activision Blizzard cares only about money. But that is the best thing that could ever have happened. Because that tells us exactly how do we hurt them. We hurt them by not giving them our money. You see, this is the problem that so many people don't understand. So many people don't understand that for the capitalist free market to work, you need responsible consumers. This is one of the reasons monopolies are so very fucking evil and so very bad, because it doesn't matter whether the consumer is responsible or not, because there's no other alternatives. But luckily in gaming there is other alternatives, and many people have exercised their ability to go to another company to go play another game. But in a free market economy, the consumer has to be responsible. What does that mean? It means that when a company is acting in a way that does not deserve your money, in other words, you don't deem this company as worthy of your hard-earned cash, you withhold your hard-earned cash, which then forces the company to change its ways. This is how this is how the free market, most of you should have heard this, the free market regulates itself. That's how the free market regulates itself, by people acting responsibly. What does this mean? It means that the consumer is responsible. This forces the company to be responsible, which forces the workers to be responsible. Everyone is then responsible. The problem that we have these days is people don't want to be responsible. They scream for the government to regulate the company because they themselves don't want to be responsible. And governments fuck up that every single day, right? They fuck up the regulation every single day. So this argument that Blizzard only changed because they were losing money, it's like, yeah, of course. But that should be something that people are actually happy about. Because now we know. Right? Now you know. If Blizzard ever starts acting again as if the player is expendable and the player doesn't matter, then you just withhold your cash. You just pull out your money. And look how quickly it happened. Everyone said, I made this video all the way back in Legion, by the way. And people told me, bro, I can't not play WoW for a year. That's how long this will take to change. 1 month. 1 fucking month. That's how long it took for you to withhold your money and Blizzard to go, no. We'll change it. Sorry. We realize that you're not expendable. We're so fucking sorry, right? Now, I just want to be clear. At no point during yesterday's videos did I ever say, right, that we just forgive Blizzard. No. This is a good first step. This is a great first step. This is a great initial crawl towards a good place. I'm still unsubbed from World of Warcraft, FYI. And I don't plan on resubbing until I see that this continues. This is not the green light for everyone to go, oh, well, I guess I'll just resub now. No. They did the right thing now. They're not perfect yet. Have they proven to anyone in this chat that they now deserve your money? Because here's what you have to remember, right? It's your money. You worked hard for that money. If you're going to spend your money, it must always be at a place that deserves that money. This is why I'm happy to spend my money on Final Fantasy, because they deserve my money. When I play that game, I'm actually having fun in that game. Blizzard haven't deserved my money yet. They haven't proven to me yet that I should give them my money. All right. F1, congratulations to you, I suppose. Grace Fang, thank you for the prime sub. Did really appreciate that. 4 months in a row. Thank you. So yeah, I would say the people misunderstood my videos yesterday entirely. I was praising the actions, right? I was praising the actions. All right, I'm just gonna ban you very quickly, F1. Thanks for playing. All right. So yeah, I think people misunderstood what I was saying yesterday. I never said that we should forgive Blizzard for everything that they've done. I never said that we should now start spending our money on Blizzard again. That's bullshit. Blizzard did a good thing. They did a good thing, and I'm willing to praise that. Why am I willing to praise that? Why am I willing to praise that? Because I want more of that, right? I don't want less of the things that they did yesterday. I want more of the things that they did yesterday. So I will keep praising as long as they do more of the things that they did yesterday. And when we get to a place where they keep doing only the good things, that's when I'll go, right, you've deserved my sub now. Here you go, take my money. I'm happy to part with the $15 a month here. Until such time, they can go fuck themselves. It's stole my money, right? Stole my money. And I'm not giving my money away for nothing. That's just, yeah, that would be stupid. Because I want to be a responsible consumer. Because I believe our world is plagued by irresponsible consumers who then start screaming for socialism because they themselves don't want to take responsibility for the markets. If you want to fix the market, start withholding your cash. If a company acts in a way that you don't agree with, stop supporting them. It's insane to me, the amount of people that scream for socialism and then fucking have iPhones. It's like, bro, what? So, wait. You're supporting the capitalist system by buying an iPhone made by a company that uses slave laborers and yet screaming for socialism. So in other words, you don't want to take any responsibility. You want someone else to take responsibility on your behalf. Well done. Or fucking, what's this Hassan guy on Twitch? Also a socialist, and yet he owns a multi-million-dollar mansion in California. It's like, well done. You've all been fucking duped. The guy screaming for socialism, people give him money and he buys mansions. Okay. Sure. I can see that. So this is Velocity, not for Gates Echo. Truth. It's funny to me how many people fall for this. Every single government official, every single politician, every single person that screams for socialism does it just to make money off of you. AOC, Bernie Sanders, they scream for socialism because they get money and they know it will never happen. Why do you think Bernie Sanders has stepped down every single time? Even though he's in the lead every single time. He stepped down to Biden, he stepped down to Hillary Clinton. He was in the lead. He was going to win. Why do you think he stepped down? He doesn't want to miss the gravy train. He knows that if he doesn't listen to the Democratic Party, the gravy train stops there. The money dries up. So he steps down because he doesn't actually want socialism. He just wants the money. He just wants to buy a bunch of mansions. That's it. And the stupid people keep falling for it. They keep going, oh, they care so much about me. Oh, yeah, shove more shit down my throat, please. Either, of course, you would think I'm wrong about Bernie. I mean, I'm sure he stepped down because he's a true gentleman, and that's the only reason he ever stepped down. Even though if he actually didn't step down against Hillary Clinton, he would most likely have been the president now for the next 8 years in the US. The Dame screwed him by asking him to step down, and he stepped down. Sure, that sounds like he got screwed. Sure. Hey, trust your politicians, bro. Trust them. Keep going. Keep going. Trust them. Let's see what happens. Yuvalal, how you doing? Princess Melina, how you doing? By all means, keep trusting your politicians. This is not misinformation, Eisenmeister. This is logic. I didn't watch Fox News or some shit. I just watched what happened. Twice he was in the lead. He was the favorite. Twice he stepped down when being asked. He's not even a fucking Democrat. He's actually an independent. He should not have to step down when they tell him to. He would have won every single fucking time, and yet he stepped down. Why? Because the gravy train would end if he doesn't step down. They don't want to make change. You don't seem to understand this. No one seems to understand this. Your politicians don't want change, people. They just want money. They want money. It's all they give a fuck about. And you keep giving them power because you keep voting for them. And you keep thinking, oh, wow, this guy really wants change. Lol. Fucking lol. Hopefully now, some of the Republican conservatives are also learning that there's a whole bunch of bullshit. I don't know if you guys saw Dan Crenshaw. Dan Crenshaw suddenly is in favor of war.
Love the quality chats, man. You need 100.
Thank you very much for the 100 bits. Really appreciate that. Like, he actually attacked a veteran, a guy who actually fought for America as well. Attacked him, calling him all sorts of names because this veteran called him out for going on Fox News and sort of being pro-war. It's like, fuck me, bro. Can we get one honest politician? No. You want to know why? Because the honest people don't go into politics. You want to know why? Because the only people that go into politics are sociopaths, psychopaths, and liars. The dictators of the world, they go into politics. Why? Because that's the one place that they can actually dictate what the rest of the people should be doing. all your good people don't want to fucking touch politics because they know that it's a bunch of cunt. Or yes, if you can get corrupted along the way, you weren't honest to begin with. If you are a truly principled individual, and this is how you know a politician is principled, they don't make it. They sort of go into politics and then they get burned out. Like they completely get shunned from the political sphere. I was watching this interview with a senator, not a senator, congressman. I can't remember from which state. Can't remember the fucking guy's name. But he was in Washington for 4 years. He refused to go along with some vote. There was a vote on something, and all the Democrats agreed to vote on it. All the Republicans agreed to vote on it. And this guy went, I can't vote on this. You have a paper that's sort of just blanketing like billions of dollars to a project, but I don't know what's in the project, so I can't vote on this at all. And suddenly he lost his spot on the on some subcommittee. Like just suddenly, he was no longer on the subcommittee for, I think, some law subcommittee, and he is an actual lawyer, so he went to Congress and he got into that subcommittee. He lost his spot there. Suddenly he was invited to none of the parties anymore, none of the events. All of his sponsors suddenly withdrew from him, and he just realized, so if you don't go along with them, you're fucked. Like just get the fuck out. So he left. He didn't run again. He just realized Washington is completely and utterly unfixable, because either you fall in line and you do as they say, or you can go fuck yourself. And the problem is that the vast majority of the American people can't seem to realize that they're being lied to and that this is a massive joke. Doesn't matter whether you vote red or blue. Nothing ever changes. True. You just find it hard to believe no one in government wants to do good. But the majority of politicians. Heisermeister, so here's the thing, right? You have to think about the kind of person that goes into government, right? Like, you have to imagine the kind of person that would have the sort of drive to get there. And then you have to imagine the incredible amount of corruption that happens behind closed doors. The incredible amount of ass-kissing that has to happen behind closed doors. And then you very quickly realize that the only person that could actually get there is sociopaths and psychopaths. They're the only people that would actually be able to get there, that would actually be able to fucking lie through their teeth to everyone. And of course I'm generalizing and stereotyping. They're politicians, they're the scum of the earth. I'm sorry, for everyone that didn't know, there's only one good politician in this world, and that's a dead politician. I would not mind if the entire system burned to the fucking ground. I wouldn't mind. Like, if all politicians lost their jobs tomorrow, I'd be the happiest man in the world. Straight up. They're all scumbags. Norman Lady, how you doing? I have seen politicians speak to one group of people in one way and to another group of people in another, and not even fucking blink. Not even fucking blink. They seem human? No, they're human. But they should go do the real world shit. The only way I would ever trust a politician if there was actual term limits. The problem is that all politicians go into government and they stay there forever. How long has fucking Biden been in Washington, D.C.? He's never had a real job in his life. Bernie Sanders, same thing. He's never had a real job in his fucking life. He has lived his entire life on the gravy train. AOC went into it. She's not going to have another real job ever. Mitch McConnell is, I swear to God, I think that guy is Lucifer. I can't be sure, but I have a feeling like maybe it's him and Nancy Pelosi that shares that. Like maybe whenever he's on camera, she's taking care of Hal. And whenever she's on camera, he's taking care of Hal. Chuck Schumer probably is like the Prince of Darkness or some shit. But they're all scumbags. They're all fucking scumbags. And yes, welcome to the stream where I piss everyone off. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat, I will piss you off. And you can be united in your hatred for me. How about that? Biden was in politics for 48 years. Ask me, Paladin, how you doing? Let's fucking move on. I think I've pissed enough people off. This is just how it will always be. You don't have to like me. But I think deep down most of you know I'm telling the truth. Even if you don't want to agree with it, even if you wish that wasn't true because your entire life would fall apart if it was, I think most people know that deep down I am telling the truth.
I think a politician can be good if it does not have humanity, does not have emotion, does everything purely rationally and mechanically, and can float in the air.
That's for you, Zix. This is yours. You can take this, put it in your fucking pocket, because fuck your arbiter. Like, genuinely, fuck your arbiter. Oh, that's funny. Katrina Stars. Yeah. I mean, I should have become a fucking political satirist, dude. These people make me so angry, it gets funny. Like, these people genuinely piss me off to the point where it's just laughable. No, I couldn't care less. Couldn't care less about these fuckers. The question is, how could you get into politics into a more good light? I don't think you can. I think the only way government would ever work if it is so limited that it does not attract scumbags, right? It needs to be a place where you don't actually get to make money, you don't actually get to be rich. You just get to serve and then you get to fuck off. So I would actually be in favor of something like this is something I've actually said before. If politicians have to pay back all of the money that they get paid over the 8 years that they're there, right? So you don't actually get a salary when you're a politician, you get a fucking loan. And you have to pay it back. As soon as you leave office, you have to pay back every penny with interest that you've stole from the people. Because you do steal from the people when you're a politician. You don't fucking serve them. So that would be sort of my, like, I think short wish list. That would keep a lot of the scumbags out of the system. What if serving Congress was like doing jury duty? You get called out of a hat? Oh, God, no. There are far too many stupid people to do that. Like, oh, fuck no. As Winston Churchill said, one of my favorite sayings, I've told you guys this before. One of my favorite sayings ever, right? If you want to know why democracy doesn't work, spend 5 minutes talking to the average voter. If you had it like jury duty, you would get some of those average voters in Congress, and you would realize very quickly this is a fuck up. This is a fuck up. Yeah, of course he was a politician. Doesn't mean I trust the guy, but it was a good fucking saying. It was a good saying. Look, there's plenty of politicians I have respect for. I also dislike much of the things that they did. Doesn't mean I don't respect them. I'm not one of those people that hold single views on stuff, right? I can dislike someone and also believe that they made good contributions. So, for example, there are a million things that I dislike about Obama. Doesn't mean that every single thing Obama did was wrong. Right? There's a million things that Obama did that I do not agree with, that I think was absolutely miserable for the American people. But I also think he did like a bunch of things very well. So it's sort of like, how do I put this? It's sort of like you win some, you lose some, if that makes sense. was making about Bernie. Give credit where credit is due, true. There are some things that I can give Bernie credit for, but there's also things where I can say he's a fucking freeloader. And I'm not wrong about that either, because all politicians are freeloaders. Where am I supposed to go with this now? Deliver the palm wine to Shamani Lumani. How far the oh. Thought I would have to run very far away. This is good. This is good. You guys know we're going to be killing Titan soon, right? Like, we're going to be wrecking Titan's asshole in a minute. Education in the US is a business today. Education everywhere is a fucking business. Demi, yes, but I didn't pay as much attention to the story. This is why I'm doing a fresh playthrough and why I'm willing to call this the first playthrough, because this is sort of like I'm now paying full attention to the story. This is why there's times where you'll see me go, wait, is that what is happening now? Because I can't remember from the original playthrough, because a lot of it I just skipped. Just like, ah, fuck it. It's been some time, Akko. Yes. Snuff, yes, I recall he did have some knowledge of winemaking. We are not so different, Dresd and I, two men who have long a worry. Okay, we're just fucking looking for wine, bro. Just give us the wine. Ding. We're almost level 40. I think we'll keep going until we hit level 40. Why? Because then we can do 2 Black Mage quests. By the gods, Akalon, listen. I know you're eager to wash your hands of this wine business, but I've just discovered something extraordinary. He sealed each coconut shell with a leaf which has a very distinct shape and unusual odor. I thought it was going to matter first, but now I'm certain. These are the leaves of the Bacchus. Okay, so we've just found the Bacchus grapes. That used to be the best wine in yeah, this used to be the best wine in all of Eorzea. Bacchus wine. So, let's go. Wait, you know nothing about orc lore? That's not right, Shay. That's not fucking right. The orc story is absolutely amazing. Like, the orc story is really cool. I love the orc story. Gonna be 19 November. I'm working hard to get there, to get to max level before we hit Endwalker. I'm hoping that I can make Endwalker before it comes out. Like, I can get to the end of Shadowbringers before Endwalker comes out. I don't know if I'll be able to. Because I really want to do Endwalker when it's fresh. So I'm very scared that I'm not going to be able to make it. So it's the difference between Black Mage, Blue Mage, and Red Mage. Blue Mage, as far as chat told me, but maybe that rule changes again, is a broken spec. It's like, it's stupidly overpowered, apparently. And then Red Mage is sort of like, I think people said it's like the fastest spec. It's one of the fastest specs in the game. They're very mobile. They've got a lot of insta casts, and they can heal or raise people like fucking crazy. And then you have White Mage, I think, as well. White Mage which is a healer. And then you have Black Mage, which is pure turret. It's just the turret spec. Yeah, blue is apparently the meme class. Okay, this guy's fucking wrecking me. Peace out, bro. There's no way I play anything other than ninja or samurai. I don't know about that, though. I am really liking my, I'm liking my black mage, I have to admit. I like the fact that I do big damage, but I can also not move. So I sort of have to be very careful with how I position myself in fights. I like the idea of that. I've always been a massive fan of pre-planning fights. It's one of the reasons I was drawn to Affliction Warlock when it first came out. Like when World of Warcraft first came out, Affliction's what was my first, like, it was the first Warlock that I ever played. Because Affliction used to be like that. For Affliction, you had to be very aware of what the fight is like. Because your rotation was everything, and you couldn't fuck up your rotation. If you fucked up your rotation, your damage was non-existent. I'm looking forward to seeing what I'm gonna unlock with this. I'm gonna go back to do our class quest at level 40. Should we go do the class quest before we fight Titan? Okay, I have this now for you. Is this the wine that you needed? Let's see. Aha, I was right! The smell, the texture. I hold in my hands a Bacchus grapevine cutting. Come now, enough of this nonsense. I've heard talk of your discovery, and I refuse to believe that a common adventurer and a novice vintner could... 12 is my witness. It is a Bacchus grapevine. Wherever did you find this fantastic specimen? What? You would offer this to me, but why? There is none better positioned to reconstruct the Bacchus vineyards than you, Master Berglind. You have the resources, the knowledge, and the passion to do so. It would be selfish of me to keep this cutting. I never knew you cared so deeply about your craft. Thank you, good sir. I will not squander this gift. In just a few years' time, I swear that every tavern across Eorzea will once again be clamoring for a cask of Wineport's legendary Bacchus wine. It's loving inflection, but I don't play competitively. Raid Mage is a double cast mechanic, so you hard cast a spell and your next is an instant cast. Then you fill a meter balancing out black and white magic, and then you do a hard hitting melee combo. Oh, so Raid Mages are melee too? How exactly does that fucking work? Like, what weapons can Raid Mages fight with? Rapiers. Why does that sound so much fun? So wait, do Raid Mages fight in melee then? Ah, so you dash in, do your big dick damage, and then dash back out. It was the crown jewel of my personal collection for years. I debated opening it, wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time, but now I realize this was never made for me. It should be savored by someone else. Alright, we're just getting some wine now. Raid Mage use rapiers. They build up a gauge, then use an OGCD to engage, a GCD combo for melee, then disengage for more spellcasting. When can I go Raid Mage? From 0. 50. Okay, you guys do realize when you're giving me two fucking answers that in itself is not an answer, right? Like when you go from 0 or 50, it's like, oh, so when can I go Raid Mage? Level 50, so I have to be level 50. Okay. Okay. That's what we'll do then. When we hit level 50, I haven't done any of the unlockables, so here's our plan. We hit level 50, and then we start doing unlock quests, so all of the blue quests we do with our Raid Mage. I think that's a good idea. I'm saying they can barely count from 0 to 1. It's hard for them to recognize the number 50. Digit, how you doing, brother? All right, let's hand this wine in. Where are they going to send me next, dude? This is a long-ass fetch quest, bro. Woo! This took much longer than I thought it would. Need to unlock Heaven's Ward to get to the zone to pick it up. But there's a quest that I saw in Ul'dah. I'm going to tell you now. Maybe you guys will tell me, no, Acheron, that's not where this is. Where's Ul'dah again? Huh? Where's Ul'Thanalan? Yeah, that's where it is. All right, so if I go Ul'dah, think somewhere here, there was a quest that said taking the raid. What is that quest? Because that I saw the quest giver taking the raid. Bushkit. Your prolonged absence was beginning to concern me, so what of the wine I asked you for? Here you go. Is that 7 howls a 1547 Bacchus? Even I know how rare that is. I have to admit, I didn't think you had it in you, but congratulations, Acheron. Thanks to you, this will be the most luxurious feast Costa del Sol has seen in years. I'm happy. I'm happy for you. Now, can I go kill Titan? Y'shtola is concerned for your well-being. You have the look of a man who has been to the 7th hell and back. I did. I had to go fucking fetch some wine leaves. It was miserable, Y'shtola. I had to play farmer for a while. I didn't like it. That a guest should... Wait, what? That a guest should supply? Am I a guest now? Did I just collect all of this shit for my own party? This is bullshit, bro. What the fuck was that? Oh, that must hurt. Lady Y'shtola, Sir Lacronium. 1,000 pardons for this extreme discourtesy. I was wholly unaware of your true identity, sir. Had I known, I would never have permitted my man to subject you to such unspeakable ordeals. Come now, he must have seen something was amiss. You didn't seriously think I would send you running the length and breadth of Eorzea for a banquet, did you? Sort of did, actually. Spare him your mockery, Captain. Your intent was unclear to me until this moment, and unlike me, Acheron has no knowledge of your traditions. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten him. Aye, that's fair. There's no sense hiding it any longer. We 5 were chosen by our brothers and sisters, and before the company of heroes disbanded, we each swore a solemn oath that any who would follow in our footsteps must be weighed and measured, not by their reputation, but by their deeds. Each man would judge these would-be Godslayers by his own criteria. If even one found him wanting, he would be rejected without a second thought. Well, that's bullshit. But if he proved himself worthy, we swore that we would do our utmost to support his cause. The world has ever been full of brave souls eager to give their lives for a righteous cause, but all too few capable of making a difference with their sacrifice. To send wave after wave of hapless adventurers into the jaws of a foe against whom they have no hope of victory is worse than futile. Titan is not one to be challenged lightly, and we will not be complicit in the deaths of the unworthy. Which is why the 5 of you designed a test, Acheron, with such commendable thoroughness. Time well spent, I am sure. But tell us, Captain, what is the assessment of you and your fellows? He's a brave one, that much is certain. He willingly walked into the midst of danger, despite my repeated warnings that it would cost him his life. His skill is undeniable. He stalked his prey as relentlessly as any child of the sands, and struck with precision when an opportunity presented itself. Garuda, how you doing? An NPC in Ul'dah, step Thal to obtain the quest taking the raid. Too many adventurers these days care only for fortune and glory, Acheron. However, it is a kind and generous soul. Actually, no, I just care about the fortune and the glory. why do they make this fucking noise before they speak? Willie Uplander is talented plans maker, tricksy foe for mighty Rockman. I can only concur with my colleague's assessment. We five of the Company of Heroes hereby judge you a worthy challenger. Cast down the Lords of Crags, Accolon Lacronium, and write a new chapter in the history of Eorzea. Midkoto, how you doing, brother? See the Saxon and phrases, think it's Darth Vaderism, meant to help with breathing, I think. Probably. It makes sense, it's like... So that's the sound that they're actually making. With the formalities out of the way, let the festivities begin. Summon the dancers. Pour the wine. All right, we're going to get some dancers. Eat, drink, and be merry, my friends. Yeah, I mean, but if you don't have CC and you have mobility, that is very helpful. Speak to the bronze-skinned beauty. Oh, the catgirls have shown up. Look at that, people. There's your catgirls. How long does stream need? Can you guys clip this and go do your own thing for a while? Isn't, say, Palace of the Dead dealing with certain cooldowns? True. I can imagine that would hurt. The same dance every single time. But here we have a bronze-skinned beauty. Okay. Congratulations, sweetling. Now relax and enjoy the show. It's only just begun. This was fun. Thank you. All right, let's eat. The gods damn mix. Wait, what is HOH? Is that like the newer version of Palace of the Dead? Because I know there's a Palace of the Dead, and then there's another one that's sort of like the Palace of the Dead. Which one is better? Palace of the Dead or Heaven on High? Tasting the exotic feast triggers a divine revelation. In that brief, transcendent moment, you glimpse the true form of reality, comprehend its fleeting nature, and cry out to the heavens in celebration. Must have been some fucking feast. I've never had that. Have any of you ever had food so fucking good that you immediately understand the universe and all of its complexity? When you face the Lord of Cracks, think not of Limsa Lominsa, Eorzea, or anything beyond his chamber. Think only of the men and women by your side. Fight for them, and they will fight for you. Remember that no great victory was ever achieved alone. I fight for myself. In the stream I can watch, you spoil me. Celestra, how you doing, bro? Goodly Uplander must be facing mighty Rockman with clever fighty think. Gobbyflock cannot be coming to rescue this time. You didn't come to rescue fucking the last time. Accolon, you brave fool. Promise me that when you meet Titan, you'll look him in the eye and tell him Landonal sends his regards. I promise. I'm not going to do it, though. You are blessed with a fortitude to rival the Earth itself. Titan will struggle to break you, I think. Of course he will. You are a veteran of countless battles, Accolon, but this is but one more. Trust in your experience, and you will prevail. Y'shtola. Can I go fight Titan now, please? You are kind to indulge them, Accolon. This banquet is as much for the company as it is for you, whatever they may claim. I do not deny that they mean well, but now is scarcely the time for celebration. Though they have all but pronounced you the victor, the battle with Titan has yet to begin. The hour has come for the good captain to make good on his promise. We must speak with him again. Let's do so. Let's find out how to get to this Titan fella. You must be eager to face Titan. As promised, we will show you the way. Travel to Bronze Lake in Upper Lenoskia. There you will meet with Riol, another man who has served with the company. To ensure this knowledge does not fall in the wrong hands, you will remain in hiding until you have given the correct signal. Give me your map. You must whistle loudly at the 3 locations I mark. Only then will he appear to meet you at this 4th location. I realize this may seem excessive now, but you will see that it is more than reasonable once you comprehend the risks inherent in our method. Alright. Fucking not attuned. Okay, where's the closest place I'm attuned to? Oof. Did I not attune? Oh, I hate my life so much, bro. Chat, why do you not remind me that I have to attune myself? Why must we go through this bullshit every single fucking time? Yeah, it's because I'm talking to chat and then I forget to attune. And then like a dick, I have to run back to attune. I hate my life. At least it seems our movement speed have now gone up a bit. Yeah, I'm running to the top of the map now. Still sucks. Would have been quicker to just teleport there. So what's everyone doing on this Saturday morning, afternoon, wherever it is for you in the world? So fun fact that will come apparent soon. Most of Titan's mechanics actually came up throughout the entire questline, starting from Mr. Titus himself. So there were clues scattered to fighting Titan. Interesting. Mini Stabber, how you doing? Should have taken the ferry. I'm taking the ferry. Sailing and chilling in SOT. What the fuck is SOT? Trying to get invincible. Yeah. Good luck with that. I'm pretty sure that mount does not exist. Sea of Thieves, asshole. Wow. 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 So fucking angry. Why the anger? Tabby sick? What's with the aggression? I didn't even know Sea of Thieves was still a fucking thing. CDJ, how you doing, bro? Are you enjoying it? CDJ. I told you guys, but no one wants to believe me. I wouldn't lie. I would not lie. If I tell you a game is good, you can fucking believe me that the game is good. Final Fantasy is insane. Looking for a bit of courage. I'm wondering about texting. One goal that I like. Mikoto, what do you want to text her? Does she know that you like her? And by that I mean, have you guys spent any time talking to each other? Lovely pasta on a Saturday afternoon. Nice digit. What kind of pasta? Look, Mikoto, if you know each other well enough, there's a chance that she knows that you like her. Girls are smarter than men. They know when we like them. And talked a lot. Then she probably knows that you like her. So what were you planning on texting her, Mikoto? Best tip, call her instead of text. They love it. Yeah, I wouldn't text. I would not text her, FYI. Call the fucking girl. Like, look, texting immediately shows weakness. It shows that you're scared. Just phone her. Just phone her up and ask her out on a date. Does she live in your city, Mikoto? Oh my god. Wait, up. Okay, if she lives in your city, then you're gonna phone her up, you're gonna ask her how you're doing, and then you're gonna ask her out to dinner. But it's Saturday today, right? Ask her out to dinner for next week, Friday. Don't ask her out to dinner for, like, today. It's too early. It's gonna show that you're desperate and you don't want to appear desperate. So just ask her for dinner, but ask it for like next week Friday. And then just leave it. Don't text again, don't call again, just fucking leave it. And then you see her next week and bam. You've got your shit worked out. Oh, it's up. Fuck, okay. You could do walk in the park, although I prefer dinner. If I'm gonna set up a first date, I'm almost always gonna do it with dinner. Sup, Real. Greetings, mate. Here's the thing, Mikoro. Why are you trying to work up the courage? Like, what's the worst thing? Let's quickly run through this. What's the worst thing that can happen? Full chicken, a mushroom, and Napoli sauce. I don't know what Napoli sauce is, but okay. Kissy, how you doing? Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. Thank you much for the first time chat. We go to the worst thing that can happen is she says no, right? If she said no, you did everything you could, right? You took your shot. She said no, you move the fuck on. It's nothing fucking special, you know? It's literally nothing special, I'm afraid, because she's the only girl that I met and like games. Yeah, but this is where you're falling into like the fallacy that almost every man falls into. This could be the one. Bullshit. There's no such thing as the one. She's just another girl. There's literally nothing special about her. She's just another person. If she says no, then you move the fuck on. You say, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Have a lovely day. Boom. Done. And you go on. There's going to be other girls that play fucking video games and that's going to say yes to dinner. But 420 made a good point there. When you do take her out to dinner, right? Don't do romantic on the first date. For the love of fuck, don't do romantic on the first date. Go to like a steakhouse or something fun. Best first dates, though, this has worked for me almost every single time. But best first dates is multiple locations. Like you go, say you go to a bar for drinks. And then afterwards you go to the restaurant to eat something. And then you go to like a pool hall or somewhere you can play darts. Or since you're both gamers, go to an arcade or something. Somewhere we can now have fun at the end of the day. Because that counts as 3 dates. It's 3 different locations on a single night. Counts as 3 dates. It works very fucking well. If you both like shooting, you can take her to a shooting range, of course. I like doing something physical, right? So I like ending a first date with some kind of physical activity, not sex, but some kind of physical activity. So I've done mini golf before. I've done arcades, actually. We've done pool. I suck at pool, so I usually lose. I dated this one girl that kicked my fucking ass in pool, bro. Went to go play pool, and I think I sunk 2 balls, and she was done. Like, she sunk the black. And I was like, wow, good job, fuck. I can't play you. I'm not good enough for this. So we spent the rest of the night getting my ass kicked with pool. But it was still fun, right? And it worked out, because we ended up dating for a while. So yeah, you wanna effectively end the night on something physical, something fun, and something that allows for touching. Sticks to all 3 dates is mostly guaranteed to smash. Truth. Riol is waiting for you to give him your undivided attention. You have it. Years ago, when we was weighing up how to get to Titan, one of our scouts stumbled across this beastman, Aetheryte. See? Hey, what's that look for? Not familiar with him? He speaks of an unamplified Aetheryte, which has been claimed by a beast tribe. Lest you wonder, there is no fundamental difference between such Aetherytes and those which you used on countless occasions, Akalon. Ah, well, if it ain't the Charlian lass, welcome back. Forgive me for interrupting. I planned to await your report, but I succumbed to curiosity. The tunnels beneath Ogomoro form a bewildering labyrinth that no outsider has ever fully explored. How the Company of Heroes managed to navigate it is a mystery I have long pondered. Ha! Give us a bit of credit, love. We weren't daft enough to try going in the front. The kobolds are always digging new tunnels and filling the old ones with traps. One wrong step and the next thing you know, you've got 100 tons of rock on your noggin. Suicide to even try, see? Funny thing is, the kobolds didn't seem to have no trouble finding their way around. And it was this that got us thinking. I mean, Ogomoro mines are like a bleeding city, ain't they? And getting around in a city that big would be a right pain in the arse if you didn't have an aetheryte, wouldn't it? So it stood to reason that the kobolds must have one, didn't it? Even if there were aetheryte shards in the depths of Ogomoro, you would have needed to attune yourselves to them before you could identify their signatures within the live stream. Ah, well, that's where you're wrong, love. We had this Sharlayan bloke to help us, see? Delivered us right into Titan's bedchamber, he did. I don't rightly know how he did it, but I do remember him saying it weren't nothing any Sharlayan scholar worth her salt could manage. Wow. Okay. Calling him out there. Gissy, are you having fun, though? So, wow, it's not you, it's me. Steady now. Locating a beacon in the absence of a known signature might be possible if the aetheryte in question happened to be, yes. But in order to guide a traveler to said beacon safely, a second party would be required to... It is possible, in theory at least, yet I cannot be certain until I try. Plainly, all will depend upon whether or not I am worth my salt. It's such a beautiful game, Kissy, and it gets so good, by the way. Vatia, what do you mean? Oh, you mean the person that did it originally? It would almost definitely not have been Thancred, right? So the bloke that did it the first time would probably Oriange, because I don't think Thancred would have the like, he's not a scholar. So Thancred would not have been able to do it. Thancred's more of a warrior. And he just said you need to be a Sharlayan scholar. So it would probably have been Oriange. See, I'm doing Black Mage and I am fucking loving it. The story for Black Mage is also now getting very, very interesting. Why don't we all go to Zalma's Run and take a closer look at the aetheryte? It ain't far, though there's sure to be a few kobolds blocking the way. Not you can't handle, mind. Would have been dead though, post Calamity Garuda, unless I'm misremembering the timing. Well, this was before Mao. Thank you for the follow, really appreciate that. This was before the Calamity. When they killed Titan the first time. This was before the Calamity. 420, thank you for the follow, dude. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shamanita, how you doing? So it could have been Louisoix. It could have been Louisoix. Isn't Black Mage rotation like the hardest from what I've seen in videos? I don't know. Can anyone tell me? Is Black Mage rotation the hardest in the game? I know it's the one that you sort of have to stand still a lot, right? Kissy, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the Fat Fuckers Club. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's not hard. The difficulty is doing it during boss mechanics. Yeah, it sort of, because I imagine it wouldn't be too hard, mainly because you are basically forced to stand still, right? As a Black Mage, you can't move. It's not dying to every mechanic. I mean, yeah. Whilst also trying to pull out as much DPS as humanly fucking possible, right? I wish I could proc things already. Mage, aren't we supposed to stand in the fire? Yes, you can if you have a healer with you. It is the right way to play the game. We all know that, right? Die while casting. I hate the fact that I sometimes have to interrupt my spell casting. This is true. But you sort of have to, because so most of the abilities have this. I don't know if you guys have seen it. This is what I've sort of boiled it down to. You'll have the ability on the floor, and then there'll be like a line that runs from the top of the boss, say, to the end of the ability, and another line that runs from the boss to the end of the ability. I have to move just after the first line, because if I wait for the second line, I will get hit even if I'm out of it. It doesn't matter if I'm out of it. It will still hit me. There seems to be some kind of lag or some shit. It is as Papalimo speculated. In its present state, this aetheryte signal will not be strong enough for our purposes. I may, however, be able to use my own energies to amplify it. Alas, the task will monopolize my attention for the duration. It seems you will have to proceed without me, Akelon. I must needs remain here and supplement this beacon's power, lest you be denied your only path of escape. Well, you do know, Kissy, in Final Fantasy, if you played a white mage, you'd still deal damage. Like, you would still be required to do damage. Because Final Fantasy is actually so weird. Whether you're a tank, a healer, or a DPS, everyone deals damage. The difference as a tank is just you have to hit some cooldowns every once in a while not to die. And as a healer, you have to heal people every once in a while for them not to die. Alright, let's do this. So, who wants to kill Titan with me? Is there anyone on EU that wants to kill Titan with me? Alright, good stuff. You guys could just add me. Add me to your friends list. I don't know what you need in order to add me, though. It's, Akelon Lacronium. There's my name. Friends list. Alright, we have one person already. I think Uri is a healer. Celestra, that's bullshit. When I was the healer, I was only healing, and when I didn't have anything to heal, I would just stand still. Because that's my time for a little reprieve. 5% left of the cost bar. Yeah, so then you get fucked. Shadow Grove. I don't know how to add people as friends. How do I add people as friends? Like, what's the... Accept friend request. I don't know what that symbol is. What job are you? Player search top. Where? That's community file. Oh, player search. Ah. And here I can choose the name. Okay. Fuck me. They've got a lot of different things that you can search for. Wow, so you can actually search if you need a specific class? But okay, we have... You're already level 80? Fuck my life. I want to be level 80 now. Why is it rude, Celestra? I don't see why that's rude. I think that's exactly how it should be. I'm in front of you. Wait, what's your name? Which one are you? Gustav or the one dressed in fucking amazing armor? Jesus, what are you playing? That's cool as shit, armor. Look at that. Is that a gunblade? It's a gunblade of a gunbreaker. I want to be a gunbreaker. How do I invite you now? Invite to party. That worked. And then we can get... I think we can get Mamida in. And then we're a full party, I think. Okay, we should be a full party now. Let's sign up for this. Oh, for fuck's sake. I have no idea how to really add people. I know I can search on my server. Okay, here we go. It is the naval, yes. And we're in. Let's go, people. Let's fucking go. Let's kill this bitch. Let's wreck his shit. Look, an overdweller. Yes, yes, an invader from above. He uses our aetherites against us. He has defiled Titan's sacred sanctuary. Trespassers violated for defiled. Okay. Overdwellers must leave. Overdwellers must fly. These kobolds are... they're a lot creepier than in WoW. Hear me, Overdweller. You and your treacherous brethren must be held to account for the breaking of the covenant. You shall be the first to face judgment, then Limsalo Minsa and her oathbreakers, liars, betrayers, oathbreakers. O great father, Lord of Crags, Titan, we summon you. Titan, we summon you. All right. Listen to the music. Fuck, it's taken off. Holy shit. He is a big boy. Ugly as fuck as well. He is come, he is come! Overdweller, art thou deaf to their weeping? Thy vile kind coveteth ever the blessing of the land, and murdereth my children by the score, all in service to greed. Such sins are beyond pardon. Ah, but I am not the first to suffer thy defiance. Thou didst bring Ifrit low. Godless Overdweller, thy myriad heresies shall not go unpunished. Upon thee shall I wreak a terrible vengeance. He is a beefy boy. I can't remember this fight. Oof. Well, I don't have much that I can do in this fight. Just, you know. Oh, fuck. Alright, let's hot him up and, go time. Let's blast him. Move, people. Don't die to this shit. Just keep spamming. Oh, I'm so glad as a black mage that he's not costing on me, bro. Woo! Can I get some fucking procs? Why can I not cost? Hello? Okay, I couldn't click on him for some reason. Why can't I click on him? Alright, there's a granite block. That seems helpful. Apparently I can't fucking cast on it. I can't click on him. Miserable. Oh, fuck's sake. Okay. Oh, now it picks up. Here we go. I grapple with thee. I will fucking wreck your ship, bro. Don't you worry about it. Can I get a single prop of something? Just anything would be fucking great here. Ow. Well, that was far quicker than I had hoped it would be. Just don't cost on me. Fucking leave me alone. Go, 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 people. We're close. We're close. Get this fucking asshole. I think you guys can refer to me now as God Accolon. Thank you very much. This is my second primal that I've killed. I think I've proven myself now to be worthy of a god. World first. Did you see that? Did you see that? World first Titan kill. That's me. I waited 10 years to start playing this game and I got world first. How the fuck? I can't even explain it. That's how good I am at this game. That's all you got when you can clear the first level 70 trial without dying. Oof. You guys, you keep moving the goalpost. You keep moving the goalpost here. Echelon. I never moved it. That's always my standard. Why? Is the level 70 trials really hard? The crimes of the overworld shall never be forgiven. Never be forgotten. No, no, never. 'Twas your kin who broke the covenant. We have acted only in defense of our lands. Cease your aggression or never will there be peace. Until our dying breaths, we shall defy you. Deny, decry, defy. New player approved, MSQ. So need to first clear a level 70 trial without dying. But why? Now these are the readings one would expect of an icon. I have seen enough. We proceed as planned. Are you sure that is wise, my lord? Your curiosity is untested and unproven. We do not yet know its true capabilities. Then trust in mine, Rithathan. My curiosity, as you so eloquently put it, would have bested Titan in the blink of an eye. Why, if there be truth to the legends, it could readily subjugate the whole of Eorzea, given but a little while longer. Is that not so? It is, but greater single power has ever been conceived, much less realized. What you say may well be true, but while such devices may win battles, I do not believe they will serve to change the course of this war. Oh, but they will. Have a little faith, my friend. I cannot endorse this course of action. These fucking Empire guys are weird. Phew. And now he has a fourth. Fascinating. Carry on, Crystal Bearer. Far though you have come, your work is far from done. Why can't I join the Empire in Final Fantasy? I would love to join the Empire. This guy, I hear his voice in Emperor Palpatine's voice. That masked mage guy. La Brea. Maybe, although I would say the Empire, like the Garleans, are more like the Star Wars Empire than the Ascians. The 1.0 version, they had to delay the release of Titan because it would be insensitive due to the earthquake that happened in Japan. Shit. A note remained to mark his passing. Well, the Ascians are nothing if not elusive. It is of little wonder that they should cast advanced teleportation magics at will, but that they would choose to consort with the Empire. What common goal could they possibly share? Well, isn't she supposed to keep the crystal open for me? I feared I might have arrived too late. But I see you had the matter well in hand. Yes, I have taken measures to ensure that we are not pursued. yet I cannot say how long they will hold. Take your leave while the kobolds are still in disarray. I will follow anon. There is something I must investigate before I depart. I will teleport you to the Aetheryte and Zalmus Run, and we will rendezvous at Camp Bronze Lake. Agreed? Just double checked. The Ashians, so without spoiling, when do you, like, how long is the Ashians a threat? By the way, thank you to all of you for helping me in the dungeon. I'm assuming we're gonna go after Garuda probably next, or some such. So the Ashians remain a threat constantly. We'll find out who the OGs of the Empire are. Whoa. The Empire really interests me, so I would not mind learning more about the Empire. So I don't know if this would be a spoiler, but there is supposedly an Ashian involved in the endgame raid of Endwalker. No, that wouldn't be a spoiler. Just, I mean, I just wanted to know if there is an end to the Ashian threat, or if they're sort of like the big bad, you know? I'm relieved to see you well, but come, let us discuss our next steps. Okay. Y'shtola is keen to discuss your next task. Though word will already have reached Maelstrom Command, protocol requires that a representative of our order inform the High Commander of the mission's success. The honor is rightfully yours, Aklon. Once again, I must commend you on a job well done. We shall speak again soon. I'm off to Limsa Lominsa, right? Yeah. It's also still a continuous plot that is still building. Vatio, that I know so far of Final Fantasy, and that's one of the reasons I love the story in Final Fantasy so much. There's a sense of consistency in the way they tell the story. So it's actually, like, if you think about from a storytelling perspective, it's actually quite brilliant, right? Consider the fact that they managed to tell a clean story with every expansion from what I've heard, but they also never break the overarching lore of the game. So at no point does any of the individual stories ruin the overarching lore. Do you have any idea just how much effort that takes? Like, do you have any idea how much work that takes to ensure that at every given point in time, when you introduce a new story, you have to ensure that that story fits perfectly with every other story that you've told. So the story cannot be retconned in any way. And I've never heard from anyone that there's retconning in Final Fantasy XIV. Like, I've never heard of retconning. Like, no one's complained about that before. The Ashians like the Sith from Star Wars. Sorry, can't spell it. That's fine. Click the blue things. There, told you. Click what blue things? There's only one retcon I can think of. I'm just at the beginning of Stormblood now. Heavensward was incredible in my opinion. And I'm looking forward to getting to Heavensward. What blue things though? Stabber, you mean the teleportation thingies? Oh, I've already done that for all of the main cities. I've attuned myself to all of them. All right, Storm Commander. Can I now get an upgrade? It is good to see you, Private Laconium. Word of your triumph reached me some while ago, but I'm pleased to have it personally confirmed. First Ifrit and now Titan, truly. When I think of your achievements, I feel the loss of the Warriors of Light less keenly, and there can be no greater compliment than that. You and your order are heroes. Suffice it to say, we are glad to have a scion in our ranks. I shall relay the details of your report to the Admiral forthwith. Please send my regard to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Until next time, Private. Wait, can I not be like Private Second Class at least now? Surely slaying a fucking Titan grants me a little bit of promotion. Accolon, this is me, Waifu. Y'shtola has informed me of your success. You have won a great victory for the people of Eorzea, one that shall not be forgotten. You have to seek promotion, they can get fucked. I slayed a Titan and I'm still Private Third Class. And what is more, both you and Y'shtola emerged from Ogamora unscathed, while Tatru and the others seemed as glad of that as they did of Titan's fall. You can look forward to a hero's welcome. We'll be waiting your return at the Walking Sands. There is much to discuss. Godspeed. So, oh! Wait. When you say I need to check that, that seems like a rather interesting development that I did not know about. So if I... Hold up, I need to check this. Excuse me, can you take me down? Alex is on fire, how you doing, bro? Sadly, no, this is not 9.15. So if I click on the big one, I can actually teleport to the little ones. This needs to be checked. Oh. Fuck me, I did not know this. Man, this is gonna save me so much time. Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy that you told me. Thank you so much for that. God, because I just kept running. And that's all I did. Like, whenever I got there, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, now I have to run. Because there's no small aetherytes close to me. Return to the Waking Sands, which I have done. We're gonna see Waifu now. Oh shit. Immediately sat Jesus. What the okay, fuck me. Everyone be dead? Okay, this isn't good. Fuck. What the fuck happened? They didn't touch Minfilia. There's gonna be hell to fucking pay if they touch Minfilia. I am going to wreck shit. Noraxia. Oh, you little poor thing. This one is glad. Walking one is safe. Oh my god, the poor little Sulf. Not the fucking Sulf.
We'll be awaiting your return at the Waking Sands. There is much to discuss. Godspeed.
So this is a memory.
Thank heavens he is safe.
She cares. This is what waifus are made to be. She cares.
Louisoix, do you see? Your light shines brightly in this one, and in time, it will illuminate the realm once more.
Yes.
Oh!
Oh. The fucking Empire, I knew it. And this bitch. What's her name again? She's got cool armor though.
We have come for the one who slayed Ifrit and Titan.
Livia Sus Junius. We've come for the one who slayed Ifrit and Titan. That's
Bring
me.
him forth, or you shall know no mercy.
Shit. Fucking bitch, bro. What the hell?
Confound it. Stay
Don't kill
out
Tataru.
of sight. I would leave a message with you.
Okay. Then they found her.
I surrender myself on the condition you spare the innocents.
Conditions? There speaks the Supreme Scion.
Wow. What a
I'll
bitch.
grant you have courage, but you would be better served by armor.
Oh, she missed?
Search all you will. The one you seek is not here.
Like, you guys can say whatever you want about the waifu, but she is brave. She doesn't take shit from anyone.
So it would seem.
And yet you knew to look here. But how?
We've been betrayed? Someone inside the organization have betrayed us?
Hold that thought.
Naylevs, how you doing? Oh, shit. That is a little bit uncalled for.
No.
Fucking roundhouse kick. Boom. Peace out, bitch. Fuck me. I can't wait to kill that bitch.
Conditions of surrender denied.
Cease at once!
Oh, these guys are fucking assholes.
Have you not done enough?
Perhaps. Enough. We must away.
Olivia, I'm coming
Though
for
we have
you.
not found our quarry, the High Priestess of the Scions should suffice for now. They say she also possesses the Echo. I cannot wait to hear her scream.
I am going to fucking wreck you, Olivia. You have no idea. I'm going to fucking destroy your shit.
I said enough.
She kills her own people just like that. Fuck it. This bitch is cold-hearted as shit.
We leave. Bring the prisoners.
Right, we're going to save Minfilia. Fuck that. Walking one, Minfilia. Ask this one to... In case walking one returned, this one was to say, at church in Eastern Thunderland, walking one must claim sanctuary. This one try to protect walking one, Minfilia, from Imperial ones. Forgive this one. Save. Fucking killing yourself, bro. Imagine the cold-hearted nature of killing a little plant. Yeah, she fucking destroyed this little salad. Alright, so we're going to the church. Camp Tribone. Let's see how we can fucking wreck shit. I am now quite excited because it means I'm finally getting to fight the Empire. And we're getting closer to the point where I'm going to do dungeons or trials or whatever the fuck it's called with no echo. So I'm finally going to get a proper challenge. Iliad. Or Liad. Is something troubling you, my son? You may have the look of one who has endured great suffering. Is there anything I can do to help? Anything at all, you need only ask. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Curse my enemies, Father. Call down divine vengeance upon those who butchered my friends. The wild roses are dead, Father, and I know not what to do. The wild roses, I see. You may speak freely here. We are all friends of the Scions. How could this have happened? And you are certain that Minfilia was among those taken by the Guardians? Do you remember the code word, or did Noraxia remind you of it? No, I just remembered it. Like, I remember she said, I didn't remember the full code word. I remembered something about wild roses, because I remember saying the first time that I will go with the wild roses bloom or some shit like that. So when I saw wild roses, I was just like, okay, I think that's the thing that I have to say. You may stay here for as long as you wish. It is the least I can do for a friend of Minfilia's. I have known her since she was but a child. Well do I recall the day of our first meeting. Wild Rose is the code word for those allied with the Scions. So what would have happened if I used any other of those speech options? I swore then to do everything in my power to support her, and I will gladly offer the self-same service to her brother and sister Scions. It's flavor taste. Well, alright, so it doesn't actually do anything. Wasn't in the mood to mess with it. So please, no matter what you require, you need not hesitate to ask. Marquis, would you come here for a moment? Yes, Father? If you require assistance, pray speak with Mark. Mark? Just need Akka to walk around with me and read the quest chats. He is a trifle shy, but I assure you he means well. I should explain. Marky is a survivor of the Battle of Cartano. Alas, his experiences took a terrible toll upon his mind. Had we not taken him into our care, he would surely have perished in the desert. Marquis, I want you to look after Accolon. Do you understand? Yes, Father. Right. Let's talk to Marquis. Marquis has a personal request to make of you. Excuse me, Accolon, do you have a moment? It concerns this broken horologe, which was found in the pockets of a man brought here for burial. There is something familiar about it, but just what I cannot say. Perhaps if I tinker with the device, it will come to me. However, I lack the proper tools to do so. I would ask that you journey to Camp Drybone in my stead to obtain a bull-point chisel and a pair of needle-nose pincers. They are often used by goldsmiths, so perhaps they would be the best people to ask. Of course, I do not expect you to foot the bill. Here, take this coin purse. That should cover it. Right. Mark and the Funky Bunch. That fella is a cool character as well. Isn't that, if I remember correctly, he's called Sid or some shit, right? You eventually unlock him and he becomes Sid. Like, I vaguely remember this part of the story. There we go. There's 2 replies, which seem to repeat until you pick Wild Roses. Ah. So, you're basically forced to choose the right one. Traveling Goldsmith. Excuse me, sir. Can you give me some shit? depict the forgive me, I have sinned, he replies, close your eyes and look within. Acknowledge your misdeeds and your regrets. Pray, endeavor to atone with an earnest heart, and you shall surely find salvation, my child. Asking for the divine judgment. The crimes of which you speak are grave, yet I cannot do that which you ask of me. Be assured, however, that the gods see all. If you ask them for anything, let it be justice and not vengeance. Oh, screw that. I want vengeance. Everyone knows that vengeance is the purest form of justice. Tell that to Sylvanas. Bro, Sylvanas was just innocent. Innocent of all of this shit. She did nothing wrong. Everyone knows that. Alright, Marquis. Have you brought the tools I requested? I have indeed. Sayonara, how you doing? Something occurs to me. Please wait here a moment. Still hot for a dead chick, though? So hot. Hot enough to make you fucking cry. It was for naught. Though I repaired the device easily, the sensation that stirs within me remains a mystery. But how? How did I do it? These hands, my hands, they moved with a mind of their own, deftly manipulating the clockwork mechanisms. There was no doubt or uncertainty. I knew exactly what to do, as though I had performed the same motions countless times before. Pardon me, Accolon. This was a mistake. Please give the horologe to Sister Eluned. The man who once owned it is currently in her care, and I think it best that it be returned to him. Alright, let's go find Sister Eluned. Is the man not dead? Good evening to you, sir. Have you come to pay your respects to this man? No, not just came to hand this shit over. Never before have I seen such a queer device. You say that it measures the passing of time. Mayhap they are more common in Garlemald. I am given to understand that its cities are filled with all manner of amazing technologies. Marquis said that it belonged to the deceased. Oh dear. You don't suppose that the owner might have been a Galean spy? It may behoove us to notify the authorities in Camp Drybone. But, mayhap more importantly, how did Marquis manage to repair this device? I knew he had a talent for the trades, but this goes far beyond mending fences and thatching roofs. And I get a weapon. Oh, let's quickly view this. I have a bunch of fucking things that I can click on. Okay, we've got a new toy. Got another weapon coffer. Okay, can I equip any of this? None of the weapons, but I do have some new gear. Oh, we're finally starting to look cool again. Look at that. I recognize you now, Accolon. Allow me to express my deepest condolences for those who lost their lives in the attack. I apologize if discussing this upsets you, but you should know that the bodies of your comrades are presently being removed from the Waking Sands and prepared for transport here. If you wish to leave this work to others, I understand. Nah, I'll go do it. I don't care about cosmetics, but I also don't like looking like a dick. And for much of this game now, I have looked like a complete and utter fucking dick. Vesper Bay shopkeep. You don't look like one of them church fellas. Not that I'll turn you away now. No, sir. As you can see, we've got a pile of unidentified bodies over yonder. No one's come to claim them, so off to the lich yard they go. Be thankful you didn't have to go inside and see the carnage for yourself. 'Twas the stuff of nightmares, I tell you. Goddamned Imperials. I don't know what quarrel they had with these folks, and I sure as hells don't want to know. The sooner we put this behind us, the better. Say, ain't I seen you around here before? Or do you just have one of them faces? Ah, never mind. Any road, there's a carriage come to haul the bodies to the lich yard, out by the east gate. There's only 8 left to load up, but seeing as I'm exhausted from carrying all the others, I've a mind to leave the remainder to you. Might want to cover your nose while you work. Some of these folk are starting to turn. Now I'm picking up bodies. Put some clothes on your deck. If I could run around Willy in the air, I would actually do it. And don't pretend most of you wouldn't do the same. Like, if you could run around with your dick out, you would do it. Alright, come with me, brother. Come with me if you want to live. I don't know where I put those people. Guess I'm carrying them in my fucking pockets or some shit. There you go, sir. Yeah, so I've got all 4 of them right here in my backpack. I've got one of them magical bags. You know, the kind that can carry fucking 4 bodies. No problemo. Can help you make that happen? You can't really. Because if you do that IRL, you'll get locked up. If you look in your key items, it has interesting text for them. Wait, really? The fuck was that? What was that? In-game, not IRL, you twat. Okay, where do I find my key items? It's here. How are you able to fit this stiff scion of the 7th Dawn corpse into your bag is a mystery best left unsolved. The sylph's peaceful expression belies the fact she no longer lives. Right, okay, so they do actually cover the fact that you shouldn't be able to carry these bodies in your backpack. The quest is somber as fuck. That should be all of them. Thanks for the help. Reckon it won't take long to deliver the corpses. That would be kind of hard. Well, they are doing it. Katrina, my guy can do it. I'm strong as fuck. I'm the strongest mage in the world. But yeah, 14 translation team is meme lords and we love them. I have to admit, I love the translations. But I've heard a rumor, I don't know if this is true, maybe someone can tell me, but I've heard a rumor that they actually insist on having one of the Japanese guys that work on the team do the translation into English. Is that correct? That's why the translation is sort of weird in English? Like, that's why they use, like, very high English words and shit. Like, almost olden English, if that makes sense. I see that you decided to heed my advice. I pray that in doing so, you found some small measure of peace. Sure. Kinda. The head of the trans team is half English himself. American, I believe. Ah, so this is actually the way they speak is a very specific choice. If I'm right, for most of the scions, there is one whom we cannot accept. We would like you to return this one to her people, the Sylphs of Little Solace. Of course. Christopher Koji Fox is the head of localization. Ah. So they did literally, this is a choice for them. I can't say that I hate it. It's sort of, it plays into the fantasy, if that makes sense. Like, the fact that they use words, you know, like, you'll win us a great victory, and over yonder, it plays into the fantasy of the game. Because most of us no longer speak like that. but it allows you to get more sucked into the game. Arranged with the 1.0 dev team to have a god named Nuldthal, so he had an excuse to say Thal's balls. Nice. This one is a prize to see Walking One and Little Solace. How can these ones assist Walking One? Noraxia? But this one does not understand. Kumoxio. This one has heard much wailing. This one would know what has caused such distress. Terrible news, Alderaan. Awful news. Walking One has returned to Little Solace, but why? These ones have not requested further aid? Noraxia, how did this happen? Explain everything to this one, at once. So, not only Noraxia, but many of Walking One's friends were lost as well. Noraxia went to Thanalan at the behest of this one. Walking One was with Noraxia at the end. Tell this one that Noraxia was brave. Tell this one that Noraxia did not suffer. Can't really say that she didn't suffer. Appalachian? You mean the Appalachian tribe? Here is the video. Hold up. I want to watch this now.
Can you please talk on the origin of the in-game expletive, Thal's Bloody Balls?
Yes. As you know, I like swearing.
I do know that about you.
Well, that's the thing, this is a fantasy world, and, we're talking about everyday people here who have this, they have hard lives, and they live these hard lives. They have to fight gigant toads to get their breakfast, and,
Protect their babies.
Protect their babies, calamities happening.
Left and right.
They have a hard job. It's almost all manual labor.
Right.
And so, people are going to swear because that's natural. That's a natural thing to do. I didn't want to, have the game be whitewashed.
Right.
You wanted to make it feel real by having people swear. And so I wanted to get as much swearing as possible. And I got that descriptor, language.
All because of you.
All because of me. Just put as much in as possible. And so, when you think about swearing in, on here on Earth, a lot of it is based on religion. You have your goddams and things like. It's basically blasphemy.
You don't need to make a list.
I'm going to stop there. But it's that blasphemy is part of, again, putting strength behind those words. And so, because Eorzea has 12 gods, it's like, hey, that's 12 gods we can use when we swear. And so, when back in 1.0, working with Ewell-san on this, and he came to me with okay, I want to make 12 gods. Can you help me with the names? I was thinking, okay, the first thing I thought was okay, how can I use these names in some expletive? This is gonna be awesome. Expletive. I wanna.
That's how you work.
Swear.
You work backwards.
Yeah, I work backwards. How can I swear with?
Yeah, and then we go back from there.
And so I thought okay, what do I want to use? Balls. I want to use balls.
Honestly, if I worked on a team for localization, I would probably do exactly the same thing. Just FYI, I would do exactly the same thing. Because I love swearing too. So I would also work backwards. I would go from, so what is fun swear words? And then work my way back.
What rhymes with balls? And I was like, oh, can we call the god Thal? And he was like, I don't know, it's kind of short. I kind of want a longer name in Japanese. And so how about Nuldthal? And it's like, Nuldthal's bloody balls. No. It doesn't have the good ring to it.
It doesn't roll off your tongue, I guess.
So how about we make Nuldthal, we split it and make it like a double aspected god. So basically, before I mentioned anything, it was just a regular god that was going to be the god of the afterlife. And then I said, because I wanted to use Thal separately, so for Thal's bloody balls and Thal's balls, I made him a dual aspected god. So that's how Nuldthal became dual aspected. And so I could use Thal with Thal's balls.
Wow. Wow.
I don't think we should be telling these stories. This is lifting a lot of the veil.
And another thing about Thal's balls.
One more?
is that before we submitted the PlayStation 3 version to Sony, you have to submit it ahead of time so they can do a check, an in-game check. We didn't have all the translation done. One of the things that wasn't complete was the little balloon text that pops up when you run next to an NPC and maybe a little balloon will pop up in it. And there was probably about like 300 of those, and we hadn't finished any of it. But if you don't have text in there, then Sony will fail your master and you have to go back and remake the game, and it costs a lot of money.
Okay.
And so I just put Thal's balls in 300 times. So like every NPC that you talk about, Thal's balls, Thal's balls, Thal's balls. They just say, we passed, baby. We passed the Sony test. They accepted us. Thal's balls.
That Matthew Hilton is not impressed. He is not impressed by this. Oh, shit. I'm a huge fan of that. This one is glad to hear Walking One's words. Whoa, who got timed out? Oh, Vatio, sorry. We have links only for subscribers, and it's not a money grab. We had people coming in here that sort of posted all sorts of bad links, and whenever you get spammed by bots, they'll post the worst links, so we have it so that it automatically times out anyone that posts links. I'm trying to see your... Yeah, but I mean, I don't know why they moved it to 500. I think it's because we got... There you go. The timeout's been removed. I think it's because we got raided by bots not too long ago. It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. We got raided by like 15,000 fucking bots. And they were all spamming porn links. So that was insane. So Slice post this link and I thought it was safe. So can I post the link for my OnlyFans? Maldorf, no. Thank you for bringing Raktuia home, Walking One. You can't actually post links to OnlyFans. For those of you that didn't know, technically that is against Twitch TOS. These ones also wish to thank Praying Ones. Tell Praying Ones these ones will remember this kindness. This one demands vengeance. Imperial Ones must pay. Imperial Ones must suffer. When the time comes for Walking Ones to face Imperial Ones, do not forget these ones. These ones would not have Noraxia's death be for naught. These ones will fight. What good would a Sylph be in a fucking battle? Hidebo, how you doing? Like, genuine question. What good would a Sylph be in a battle? Except, of course, for dying quick. Like, maybe you could send them in first so that they draw all of the enemy fire and then you go in and kill them off. Seems like a very cruel thing to put a Sylph in battle. But then again, those Mog people fight. So maybe the Sylphs can fight too? We thank you for your service to the church and to the Sylphs. Perhaps you still wish to do more for your friends. If so, I would remind you that you have already done so much on their behalf. Please take the rest. Oh my god, we're so close now. One more level and we can do 2 Black Mage levels. Believes he is being watched. I'm not imagining it, Akalon. I know I'm being watched. This is different, sinister. It is as if I am under observation. The feeling comes and goes, but I felt it when last I ventured outside. Yes, I know I felt it. Will you look outside for me, please? It will only take a moment. I mean, maybe the whole world is against you. Who knows? Please tell me I can jump off of here. Yes. The weather everywhere. You could cook an egg on my head. It's too hot. It's actually quite cold here today. Like South Africa is quite nice currently. Oh my I forgot that they stun you. Super annoying. Oh, they have a lot of HP. But yeah, I think it was because I linked YouTube. It may be that YouTube is whitelisted. I'm not entirely sure. It could also just be that the bot is fucking broken, which has happened before, just FYI. That's not new. The bot will catch like every fifth fucking thing, which is a ticket I've already opened with Stream Elements. Alright, Marky, I've checked. You've been followed. You were attacked, weren't you? Are you unharmed? Thank the gods. I knew it. He was watching me. But why was he watching me? What did he want with me? Did he perhaps know something of my past? If only I could have asked him. I need to think. Please allow me a moment alone. Wait. Father Leward must hear of this. Will you tell him for me? It's important. I think others may come for me again. Heavens forfend. See, this is the kind of language that I'm talking about that's so fucking weird. Like, who says heavens forfend? That such a thing should happen on holy ground. Do you have any idea who this man was? Only this. This is Garlean steel, which means the man who was watching Marquet was... Make haste to Camp Drybone at once. We must summon the immortal flames before more Imperials come. I don't think you have to worry about this, Father. Well, fun. Enjoy the content, but it's nap time. Gissy, take care of yourself. Thank you much for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Alphino. What do you know?
I fondly hoped that I might be the first to speak with you. Would that I had been so fortunate. At ease, adventurer. I come not on behalf of the Empire. On the contrary, I mean to revive the scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Theseus, indeed. Indeed. I can't help but not trust Alphino. I'm gonna be honest. He has something about him that makes you just not want to trust him.
And to that end, I have come in search of a legend. The greatest engineer of our time, Master Cid Garland. I have come for you.
I fear you are mistaken, child. He is but a poor soul who bore witness to the horrors at Carteneau. I beg of you, leave us in peace.
Wait,
Oh shit. It's coming back to him.
Hear me, Cid. Eorzea needs you.
Alphino's shoes cannot be comfortable. Like, imagine wearing those shoes. How would you even fucking walk? There we go.
Cid, was it? Here. These belong to you. I thought you bore the mark of greatness. It seems that I was right.
And you never helped him?
Our time together was all too brief, but it felt as though my son had returned to me. You have brought joy to an old man's life. But it is time for you to help those who truly need you.
Does he now remember fully? Who
are you?
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service.
He is such an arrogant prick.
As a scion of the Seventh Dawn, I stand against our primal and imperial foes, as my grandfather once did.
Who the fuck made him a scion?
'Tis no secret what befell our order at the Waking Sands. Word has already spread across Eorzea. The repercussions are far greater than you realize. In the wake of the calamity, the 3 city-states focused their efforts solely on reconstruction, leaving the Scions to combat the primal threat unaided. And lo, we are all but destroyed. Yet even as the nations mourn our demise and abandon what little hope they have left, we cannot forsake our duty, now least of all.
I'm still here, bro. I was the only one doing shit. You don't have to worry about this. I got this.
The Ixal have summoned Garuda once more, and she torments the people of Kurthus as we speak.
I'm going after Garuda, boys. Gonna go fucking wreck her. It is a her, right?
Her appetite for
Yes.
destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Worse, in her present incarnation, our Baldessian colleagues believe she surpasses both Ifrit and Titan in strength.
Ah, it's fine. I'll kill her.
Yet, therein lies an opportunity. Were we somehow to defeat Garuda, it would serve as a warning to the other beast tribes that even their mightiest gods can be felled. If we are to face our foe, we must first circumvent the tempest that shields her sanctuary. And for that, we need an airship. Your airship, Cid.
I have an airship?
Very
Yes,
confused.
Cid, you do. Your very own airship.
Even when he's trying to be nice, he's a dick.
It was last seen in the skies over Gridania, not long before the calamity. So let us begin our search there.
An airship?
You know, take care of yourself. Bro.
Airship?
Water boom fight? What the fuck is that?
Oh, wait.
What a bomb fight. Have fun, bro. Jesus, I haven't been in a water
Come,
bomb fight in
Let
fucking
us put
years.
an end
Dude.
to the primals. Together, we will show the world that the Scions are still a force to be reckoned with.
Yes, that's what we will do. Cid is buffed as fuck.
They need my airship. They need me.
Water balloon fight too, but I haven't done it. Like, even that I haven't done since I was a child. Right, he who waited behind. What a curious twist of fate that Master Cid Garland would at last be found within our church. It defies imagination. Beg your pardon, Accolon. You wish to find his airship, yes? I know not how much truth there is to it, but there is a tale known as the final flight of the Enterprise, which grew popular in the wake of the calamity, much like the Great Gubu Wall of Uldar. It states that the Enterprise flew northwest from Gridania towards Coerthus. If true, the airship would have passed through the North Shroud, likely over Folgard Float, the closest settlement to Coerthus. Mayhap the Serpents stationed there have records of the event that transpired that day. I had hoped you might rest from your journey for a time, but I see that the world still has need of you and the Scions. Pray look after yourself and Cid, Accolon. I will, I promise. I really don't like this kid. Yeah. he's a dick. But, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, our Saturday stream comes to an end. Why? Because the LEC semi-final is about to start. And I'm not allowed to co-stream it, but I do need to watch it. It is Rogue versus Fnatic, and if all goes well, we'll be able to see just how strong Rogue really is. Can they fucking survive what Fnatic throws at them? And then tomorrow night, we see Mad Lions face the winner of whoever wins tonight in the final for the LEC. And fuck me, Mad Lions is just... they look like Europe's pride and Europe's only hope of taking down the Asians. Because, fuck, we need a team that can beat the Chinese, dude. They are looking too strong this year. Milol, League of Legends. LEC, League of Legends European Championship. I'm not allowed to host it, Ina. I wish I could. But you have to get special permission from Riot Games in order to co-stream the LEC. And they only give that to sort of ex-players. So there's like a few people that's allowed to co-stream, and it's almost all of them ex-pro players that co-stream the game. They don't give it to randoms, which is sad as fuck, because I would literally stream every Friday and Saturday night if I was allowed to co-host. Like, if I was allowed to co-stream that, I would stream it, because it is such a good game, and it's so much fun to watch with other people. But sadly, yeah, you have to get special permission. I did write them before. They don't even reply. So it's clear they don't give a fuck. But yeah, I'm gonna go watch that now. And I don't know who I want to win. I'm probably just gonna watch for the fun of it, because I want to see what happens tomorrow night. I do appreciate all of you coming out for this sort of weird Saturday stream. We usually don't stream on Saturdays, so it was absolutely amazing to have all of you turn up and have fun with me during my Final Fantasy. I will be back on Tuesday. For those of you that is interested to see the continuation of the story, where we go after Garuda and also grab Sid's airship for him. Yeah. Fuck, I'm hoping I'll be able to last until then. No, there is a Shill Show, but the Shill Show is on Monday night, right? So for those of you that do want World of Warcraft lore, you can join me over on YouTube on Monday for that, and then we'll be back on Twitch on Tuesday. So yeah, Shill Show is on Monday. You know, we've moved it to Mondays because Sundays is the Lovecraft episodes for patrons, so that we can spend more time on the Lovecraft episode, and then have a free evening on a Monday for the Shill Show. So yeah, again, want to thank all of you. Thank you so much for spending your day with me. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Remember to come back on Tuesday. So if you're not following, hit that follow, hit that notification button so that you know whenever I go live. As always, be kind to each other, be good to each other, take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out, fam.